So what we're going to do is get used to using our tools on Illustrator. So as you're aware, you know the microphones. If you need to talk, feel free to open your microphones. I do encourage you to put your video on, but if you don't want to, it's up to your discretion. And any technical issues that you have, feel free to talk with me. It's fine. So this little cactus is what you're going to create today. I created this kind of, was not beautiful, yeah, but this kind of animated cactus. And the reason why I've done it, because it involves curves, shapes, and sharp lines and corners. So with that, if you use the pen tool, you will be able to create this. At the same time of just creating this cactus using the pen tool, what I want you to do is get used to bringing shapes together and try to convert them using the direct selection tool as well. So not everything was done on pen. Most of the things were done just using pen tool, but some things you can use using shapes and then converting them by using a direct selection tool. So we're going to go on, if you just open up your illustrators, and you're going to be using shapes and pen tools. And I want you to recreate this cactus. Obviously, it doesn't need to look completely the same, and it won't look the same, but you're going to create this cactus using the pen tool. I'm going to just probably whiz through Illustrator for you, so you just understand where the pen tool is and how to use it quickly. Let's do it here. Add in your anchor points. So feel free to just move this pen tool around. So every time I click, I'm putting in a point for where I want something to be positioned. Remember, the line towards the next anchor point is the path. And when I get closer and I want to join it up here, it's called the intersect. Okay, so that has created its own shape. If I'm starting with this cactus, I will say work your way from the bottom up. Okay, so if we just go back here, work your way from the bottom up, and then position your layers underneath where you want it to be. Everything here is just shapes. And if you see designs as just shapes, you're going to realize it's shapes that I'm dealing with. So doing a pen tool, if you're not too confident doing the pen tool, so the box, I'm just drawing it here. I don't know if you can see it there. You do, like, you know how a rectangular goes and connect it, but you're going to find that this is not as straight, isn't it? So you use your direct tool here, double click and line it up with there. Can you see? Double click and it just, the pink line indicates that it's straight.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's one way. And the other way, this is, as I said, to find cheap ways. The other way, what you could do is actually get a tool. So the rectangular tool.
Yeah, that's what I've done to the top strip of the pot.
Yeah.
And I've got like the ellipse tool to make the cactus and his little eyeballs. The cactus spikes. How do I?
Yeah. Simply individual lines. So you go to the line tool and you're just creating lines like that. So you're just creating lines just like that. And you can either do the line tool or
okay. I think I don't know what I did before. I did try that, but
yeah.
No, it's cool now. Yeah, I get it.
Well, yeah, and even if you don't want to do it with the line, remember the pen tool makes every shape, so you can do it with a pen tool as well.
So that joins them up, so doesn't it?
No. So basically, if you do this and let go and press enter, is there a line?
Okay. Let me
finish
this off. Thank you.
Yeah, that will be it. Okay. Let me just go back to this one. Okay, so as you're coming down to fixing this cactus as well, what I want you to do is include something of your own on the cactus. So that could be creating a little flower that pops up on the head, or that could be drawing a bird. Well, I think that would be a bit too intense, but it could be drawing a cactus arm, like a other additional arm, or a little baby cactus next to it. So I want you to just add an additional piece to this cactus drawing. You actually don't need to rub out. You have to work with your layer composition box. So yeah, it's all about moving your layers over each one. So the next thing that you have to do, obviously we do not want this to be just plain black and white. I want you to colorize your cactus, okay? You can either colorize it using, the edit fill, or use saturation. So that will give like a tone to your colors. So you can click on your links that you've got, and it's very simple to, you should know, like working from Photoshop and now Illustrator, it's very simple to bring it in color. You do it by clicking on the fill color and type in what color you would like. So for instance, I've put the brown because most pots are brown, but actually we live in the 21st century, so you can have any color pot you want. You can keep the stroke if you want to. So the stroke is the outlined color around the object, or you can choose not to have a stroke. Remember, you can have a gradient. So if I've got here and I'll just go click on my object and go to the side where the tools is, and I change it to a gradient, I can place a gradient. You can change the color of the gradient by going to the gradient slider and click on the color you want. There's other colors that you can choose, so don't think you can have just only these selections. There's much more colors in which you can choose. You might not want to go from white to brown, so you can click on the white and choose a darker brown, or a lighter brown, or a red, any color that you would like. So you can work with putting in color into your cactus. So group pieces of your design together. So when it comes to the spikes, you can select on one and select on the other ones in the layer composition box, and go to object group, and that will put all your spikes in one basically layer, so you can work with them together. Okay, so we're going to have a moment to share our cactuses. You don't have to be, it doesn't need to be complete. Or if you don't want to share it all, just tell me how your work has gone. So let me just share this. So this quickly is how an ordinary drawing or anything you put together can turn into like a quick anime kind of look, stylized drawing. So you can probably come up with a collection of animative designs by quickly doodling some ideas that you have and then turning them into works of art. You all were able to do that within like 30 minutes or so. So congratulations for that. So if anybody would like to share, feel free. I'll have given space, and so people can do that. Let me just make sure that you can do that. 1 minute. Okay, one. Yeah, so if anybody would like to share, you can share your little cactus.
Am I okay to share mine?
Yeah.
So here he is.
Hello, Dave.
It's Dave, Cactus Extraordinaire.
Thank you, Dave.
He's even got his hat on because
And-
it's sunny.
And his eyes, is he tired or old?
He's tired.
So that's good. So how did you find that task? Did you find it quite easy, or?
I found a lot of it easy other than the mouth.
How did you do your mouth?
So I think I used the curve tool,
Mm,
and I think I did like 3 points like this,
yeah,
and then I eventually worked out that I have to kind of link it like that,
yeah.
and
That's
then that is what took me the longest to work out.
it's quite hard. As I said, there's so much other ways, you know, like there's with Photoshop. So even if you get the pen tool,
Mhm.
so that's the curve tools, and curve tools are really hard. You can just get the pen tool and then convert each corner to a curve. So
Right,
just put one dot, one
one
anchor,
like that.
yeah, and one anchor, and press enter, press enter.
Enter.
Yeah, and then go to your pen tool again.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And then there's a little arrow on your pen tool. Yeah, go to anchor point tool
anchor point tool.
and go to the points and double click on it. Oh,
Just double click.
yeah, I think your workspace is not. So basically go to Windows 1 minute.
Up here.
Yeah, up here, yeah. Go to workspace.
Workspace.
See, put Essential Classic.
Central Classic.
So now go to the points again that you just made.
Uh-huh.
And then can you see? I don't think you can see my mouse is on.
Oh, I see. I've got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and then do it. You can do it on the other one as well.
So on this side. Uh-huh.
And then you can, but I think you've only got one handle. They're meant to be two handles, and that can also create your curves. It's just like the curve tool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can do, but that's what you're gonna find. But it was nice to meet Dave.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's nice to meet you. So this exercise as well, as you said, coming to the end, you will have to present some pieces of work. This is one of them. So keep that, save it in your USBs that you have, but keep this open on Illustrator at the same time today. So we are going to kind of carry on. It's lots of task work to do today, but it's just to see how much you know and how much you've learned. So I'm going to do it like that. So I'm going to go back to share with you this. So your task is to create a logo as if you are the designer. It can be a logo for yourself, or it could be a logo for someone else. How you will work it first is offline first. So you will have to create 2 sketches with 4 variations. And each of those sketches, you need to have like a minimum of ideas that total up 8 mini sketches. So I hope that makes sense. So there should be 2 sketches with 4 different ways of how you will do that same design. Next, from those 8 mini sketches, you will have to choose 3 logos from those 8 mini sketches. And what I'll need you to do is to create an artboard size, and that to create an artboard size of 3 inches by 3 inches. You're going to develop that logo until you're happy with that. That also will be part of the presentation that you give at the end. So we're going to break for now, but I want you to spend some time doing sketch work. So it's not on your computer as yet. So we will get on a computer at 1:30, and I want you to spend time doing sketches for now. So we're going to break. I'm going to give you a moment to have a longer break, but that in that longer break, it will be you designing offline of work. How was that for you, drawing out many quick ideas and designs? Oh, I don't think I can hear. I don't think I can hear you.
I muted myself.
Oh, I was thinking, I can't hear you.
No, that's on me.
Okay, so yeah.
I'd already got a logo
Mm.
and I'd had input on it, but my wife was the one who designed it in the first place.
Okay.
but I've always wanted something that was a bit more with the initials.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I used that as a starting point and made designs based off that.
Okay, that's fine. And you definitely understand how to make different variations. So it doesn't need to be, it could be thinner lines, or it could be like one bit's a bit bold, or anything you're doing right now.
Mhm.
So just because I know that time's running, so it's like quick. So to progress to the next stage, what you will need to do is, if you've got a scanner, you don't need to do it that way. You can scan it into your computer. If not, it's fine. It's just like we were doing with the cactus, is looking at our raw designs and then transforming them into InDesign. I mean, not InDesign, Illustrator. So you just look at your designs, you're going to pick, let's get that up. You're going to pick 3 logos from your 8 mini sketches. So there can be, make sure they're quite diverse a little way, and then you're going to put them into, design those onto Illustrator. So let me just share with you the illustrating page. If you open up a new page, and it's free. So this is a custom one. So it's print, and you can customize what you're doing. So instead of doing millimeters, we're going to do inches and put in 3 inches. It's quite small for now. With logos, you can go as big and as small as you want. So, but we say from there. And I put in CMYK. So if you're, the reason why I put that in that way is because it's good for printing. That affects better than the RGB. RGBs normally for resolutions on online. So if you're doing designs and it's just for online purposes, it is only that way. So you just create. Okay. And this is where your logo will sit. If you don't want to do it that way, you could also go open new, and put in 9 inches and 9 inches here, and press create. And you can view your rulers, show rulers, and make guiding points for it. So stop at 3 inches here. This is quite a good way, so you get to see all of them all in one format, and divide it here. So it'd be, I think this way is better. So I'll just leave it. So whatever your logo may be here, you'll do it here. If you remember our quick logo design thing here, just gonna take that. Sorry, just take this a bit. Drag it here. If you remember our quick, so for instance, you will have your logo, you put your one section, variation 1, and then here, let's see, skip this out, here will be your variation 2, but probably making your variations either a different colorway will be good, or this is actually different because it's more organic, and just put them going through one by one like that. Okay, so I'm going to stop share. Does anybody have any questions in how to do this? So yeah, so you'll have your first option of your logo in the first box, and your second one different. This is obviously different to how I did my first one. And you can, if you're using edit, copy, edit, paste again, you can just keep on doing them. And oopsie, where did I go? You can quickly copy and paste and edit from each section like this. To make a different variation, it'll be nice to just, as I said before, use a different color. So select it and try and find a new colorway. So it could be going for this blue tone. And then I can put that also in my palette, my gradient. And change the color. And change that to probably a light blue. Let me change the thing. Double click. So making sure that different, or that doesn't look as good as the pink one, but making sure that each colorway is different and it stands out. The variations doesn't mean going from sharp to a soft format, but it could be changing each section or making a W different or changing ways of it or overlapping them, you know. It's going to be, it needs to stand out and be different basically in every way. Okay. And after we discuss where you're going to put these. Okay, I'll stop share for a moment. Okay, so I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do that. It's 9, it should be 9 logos altogether, 9 different variations of a logo. Make them quite unique, so don't make them all flat or just change it to be rounded. Think of different colors, think of different texts, or even think about different placements. And then things that you have to remember is remember what the logo stands for, the purpose of the logo, and how you see that logo positioned in your, it can be in your portfolio, it could be in your, on your CV or your cover letters and so on. So think about the positioning of the logos too.
See you next week.
See you next week, everyone.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, thank you as well. Bye. See you.